Skill checks in Dungeons and Dragons is one of the worst systems about the entire game. And the reason is, in order for skill checks to feel harder as time goes on, you just raise the floor to keep up with the numbers that the players are putting in for their plus to skill for that check. And the other thing is, when you fail a skill check, that doesn't tell you what happens next in the same way that succeeding at a skill check in Dungeons and Dragons does. So in data corruption, skill checks are based around what's called impulses. You don't have stats. You don't have like 5 strength and 13 to lockpick. Instead, you have in your hand at any given time a set of impulses, which are things that your character is ready to do at this moment. Like, let's say that your character's a criminal, and so he's got crime, but he's also got talk, because that's just an impulse that you picked up. So in your hand right now, you have crime and talk. In your deck, you might have other things: hack, more crime, shoot, whatever. When you make a skill check in data corruption, I'm going to bring it up right over here right now. It's going to go pa-pa, and there it is. Okay, so this is the GM view as it stands right now. And when the GM's like, okay, you want to take that guy's ID card? Well, here's the problem. There's people around you with guns. In fact, there's a lot of people around you with guns, and someone might sound the alarm. Okay, here are the bad things that happen. When the skill check resolves, if you fail, it's not just going to be you failed the skill check. It's going to be one of these 3 options. Someone's going to pull a gun, or someone's going to sound the alarm. And you know how that's going to advance the story next. And the players are like, okay, well, we want to make sure that we get this. So Johnny Quick is in there. He's the guy that's talking to the barkeep, trying to steal the ID badge. Maurice is kind of hanging out in the background, and he's ready to hack. These are their impulses right here. Now, if you use them to solve the situation, then you're going to pull a specific impulse from your skill check, and that tells you how you solve the situation. So like, let's say that Maurice is like, okay, I'm going to hack a nearby display to create a distraction. That's a possible outcome from this skill check. It's a branch on the path of the story. Johnny Quick is like, I'm not going to pull a gun. This is too dangerous for situations. So I'm going to leave that one in my pocket, but I will use quick talking in order to solve this. Now, when you get the results of the skill check, you will know if you succeeded because of quick talking, if you succeeded because of hacking, if you failed because someone pulled a gun, or you failed because there's an alarm. You don't have to keep track with numbers like, is this a +7, +14? These are all just tokens that go into the possible outcome. And the other part here is, instead of these being back-to-back checks, like Johnny tries, it doesn't work. Oh, Maurice is going to step in and try to fix things, and you're kind of like just doing, a queue of skill checks. Everybody's in there at once, and they're all possible outcomes for how this whole thing goes down. The more success tokens you put in there from your impulses, the more likely you're going to succeed at what you're trying to do, but the less control you have over exactly how you succeed. So it's got a little bit more frenetic energy to it. And as you level up, as you get more traits, which we'll go into next, you get more impulses, which go into your deck, which add to the ways that you can tackle problems. But at any given moment, you can just use the ones that you have on hand, and that's how you succeed at the skill check. My question of the day, before we go on to the art of the week, my question of the day is, in this cyberpunk world, what are some impulses that you would like to use to solve problems? Like, an impulse could be shoot, talk, hack. Think of them as verbs. An impulse could be use bionics, and you would get that when your character is guaranteed, when you know that they have bionic implants, you could have a use bionics impulse, which would be how you'd solve problems. So that's my question of the week. Please comment. It helps, and it makes me feel like I've got a community that I'm chatting with, and I like that. The other thing that I want to show you is here. We've seen it a little bit today. It's our art of the day. This is by our artist. We have an artist for data corruption. His name is Andy. He's really good, and I'm so excited to have, there's going to be more cohesive art coming in like this. We're going to talk about traits next time around, but this is our criminal. He's one bad boy. And if you want to see more of the art as it comes out and more of these little screenshots, join our Discord. The link is down below. Thank you, everybody. God bless.